Listening to another podcast, very popular podcast, gaming podcast called the GiantBombcast, website Giant Bomb, one of the best gaming sites on the net. And for whatever reason, I don't know what caused them to ask this question. They asked the question: Total Recall or Robocop? There's only one correct answer there, and 3 out of the 4 people on that podcast chose the wrong answer.
It's Robocop.
Thank you. Yeah. They're all like, oh, Total Recall. Why? Robocop's too gross. Like, you review games for a living. What do you mean it's too gross?
Really?
They shot his hands off? Like, you just spent 2 hours talking about headshotting people at close range.
I got to take the other stance there. Total Recall.
What?
Why?
Because I like
what is it with gamers and Total Recall?
Because I like the trippy, the aspect at the end. You don't know what it is. Maybe he's dreaming. Maybe he's in a simulation. You don't know. Robocop just gets fucked up.
Okay,
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Let's check in with the ladies. We got Courtney Haumeister of Livewire Radio in here as well.
I'm going to go with A Room with a View.
Oh, look at you.
The Merchant Ivory film.
Well played, Courtney. Well played.
Whose hand got shot off in that?
Yeah.
What is Robocop but a Merchant Ivory-styled look into corruption?
Yeah.
And
I like the
OCP.
part when Helena Bonham Carter's face opened up and there was another face beneath it.
Oh,
remember that part?
So she's
and then that
surprised.
face came out and it fucking ate that blonde British dude.
Yeah.
Did she have a third breast in that one? I don't remember that. I got to rewatch it if it did.
Yeah.
Is it on
did.
Netflix?
Is that why? Is that really the reason? Third breast? Is that why Total Recall is winning?
No, but it does stand out. Like when you say
it does.
when you say Total Recall, you say third breast. Everyone's like, "Oh, I remember that."
Yeah.
Right. You can forget every other part of that movie, but you're like third breast. Got it.
But that did wreck a lot of young minds because dudes at that point were still trying to deal with the idea of seeing titty on screen. A lot of the guys that I knew were like, "Oh, hey, man, there's boobs in it." Like
Yeah.
it didn't
And
matter
it's
what
like
the movie was.
Extra boob.
I know, and then the shirt came up and was like, "Oh, there can be 3."
I know. I didn't know it came in triple.
Yeah. My problem with that was the third one is very obviously plastic. It wasn't even rubber.
Hey,
it was
keep
plastic.
that to yourself.
It was plastic. It was
That's
Barbie.
just one of those things we don't talk about. You know, everyone knows it, but you just keep it to yourself.
All right. So,
Egg Mock Radio's on the text box. It was more like paper mache, really.
yeah, it was a bad boob, man.
Yeah.
It was a bad boob.
Yeah.
You guys can all go to hell.
I think it was made by the same people who did the shark in Jaws.
Yeah, neither one of them worked.
You know, it's not like any of us are going to meet a girl with a third breast, so you let it go into your imagination and take shape there.
Yeah,
How
but
do you feel about third nipples?
placement.
Hit or miss.
What's the placement?
I agree.
Where's the placement?
I would-
Elbow? Annoying.
Yeah.
Sort of annoying.
Forehead, bad.
I was just thinking that. Sort of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of hard not to stare.
Right. Right.
Or tune it.
Yeah.
It's,
grab it
extra,
with
it's
Can
an
I?
extra erogenous
No, you can't
zone.
touch it.
You can't touch this.
So Courtney, did Robocop or Total Recall?
You know, Total Recall is more memorable for me. I
Yeah.
don't know if I just saw it more times. Like, remember when just shit came on HBO and you'd watch it a million times because it was on?
Yeah.
I think Total Recall was during that phase, so I just remember that a little bit more.
See, to me-
I recall it more clearly.
Oh, look at what you did
I'd
there.
like to. Oh, God.
Kollegen, get these people
I
some mail.
apologize.
Kollegen.
See that was the problem with Total Recall. It was what made the movie great, but also kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Was the stupid fucking one-liners.
Consider that
Oh,
the
yeah,
duels.
Yeah. The first time through, it was like, what Schwarzenegger's doing his one-liner thing. It's awesome.
Consider that a divorce.
On the 30th viewing, you're like, oh, fuck, shut up, man.
Just your ass to mods.
Exactly.
Like RoboCop did not have.
No.
It didn't, but RoboCop was like a really damn good satire.
Yeah.
I think a lot of kids when they first watched it just focused in on like sort of superhero-esque elements and the hyper-violence and didn't realize that the hyper-violence was also sort of a parody element.
Yeah.
It's a giant cartoon making fun of the cynicism of the 80s in a very cynical way.
Well,
It
but
was
no-
a better script.
Yeah, and no one was really looking at it like that when you're 12 or 13. You go back and you watch RoboCop now, and it is hilarious.
Oh, it's all, especially the scene. And I think the scene that got one of the biggest laughs when we showed it as our midnight movie about a year and a half ago was when the young executive held the gun to Ed 209 and Ed 209 malfunctioned and starts just pumping his guts full of lead.
Yeah,
and the camera pans back and forth. Cuts to Ed 209, cuts to the body getting rid of the bullets. Ed 209, bullets. Ed 209, but it goes back and forth a couple of times. Just the body just getting even after he falls onto the little plastic city behind him, he's still just pumping him full of lead over. And it's at first it's like oh god.
Yeah, see, when you're 12, you're just horrified. Like, they keep shooting. I didn't know I could fit that many bullets into a human body. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then when you're, like, 25, you're like,
Well, it was the same with Predator. When Carl Weathers lost his arm, you're like, no!
Watch it now. I was like, oh, the gun's still firing. That's kind of funny.
it's
Yeah.
He's sweating.
Like, that's awesome.
I'm losing so many calories.
That's what it's all about. Get slim.
Okay.
Gonna have to pump so much iron to get that arm back.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've decided RoboCop.
Yeah, Robocop is
RoboCop,
the
yes.
correct answer.
I disagree.